You're a real mensch. I'm a very big fan of yours. I'm also a big fan of Glenn Beck. I liked his TV show when he had it. He always went against the Obama administration. I don't know what you're talking about, that he's an ally, he's a fellow Quisling. When he used to have a blackboard and he used to put pictures, faces on all these organizations that were...
Yeah, I understand he used to, John, but you're emphasizing the past, aren't you?
Yes, I don't know what maybe happened to him. Maybe he had metamorphosis. I don't know that.
John, what happened to him is the Mormon Church, is what I'm trying to tell you. I've tried to point out to you that the churches are deeply embedded with the Obama administration for financial reasons on this illegal immigration issue.
I'll agree with you that we have a Marxist of that, maybe a communist pope. The guy is just the opposite of what we had when we had John Paul II there. We had Ronald Reagan in the White House, and we had...
Totally agree with you, but what I'm saying is, John, watch out for what you think, because you're basing it on the past, not on the present. Right now, while we're under assault, you're going to find out whose side people are on now on this issue. And I want you to evaluate what they're saying now.
Saying that.
And by the way, if Glenn Beck cared so much about these children, why didn't he send busloads of food and cook for the poor children in America before this happened? It's because he couldn't grandstand in Mississippi, could he? He couldn't grandstand in Alabama, could he? He couldn't grandstand in the poor communities of the South, could he? No, but he can grandstand on the border, couldn't he? Moreover, I told you that there's a deep connection between the churches now, and the immigration issue. And I try to get to the Mormon Church and illegal immigration. I touched on it. There is so much money at stake, you have no idea. If you had any idea how much money is involved between the federal government and the churches, your hair would stand up. It's a complete destruction of the separation of church and state. And I can go on and on about it. And I will tell you this, according to the Washington Times over the years, church-owned media, that is Mormon Church-owned media, which commands a large share of the Utah market, has continually supported illegal aliens and opposed any legislation that would limit their ability to function freely in Utah. Church-owned radio and TV stations, along with the Desert News newspaper, serve as a public relations arm of the Mormon Church and attempt to sway public opinion by routinely carrying sympathetic stories about illegal aliens, while ignoring the 50,000 Utah children who are victims of illegal aliens' job-related identity theft and other victims of illegal immigration. Did you know that the Desert News also publishes a Spanish-language newspaper, El Observador? Did you know that following passage of the Arizona Enforcement Bill on Illegal Immigration 2010, there was a strong surge of support for a similar bill in Utah? And fearing that a bill would pass during the 2011 legislative session in Utah, political, business, law enforcement, and religious leaders endorsed what they call the Utah Compact. And I'm going to read it to you. Here it is. The compact was developed over several months by groups and individuals who were concerned about the tone of Utah's immigration discussion. The compact is based on Utah values, and we urge our leaders to use these guiding principles as they address the complex challenges associated with a broken national immigration system. In an attempt to maintain the perception of neutrality on the illegal immigration issue, the LDS Church did not officially sign the compact. But they immediately issued a press release expressing support for the compact. My friends, Glenn Beck is following the Mormon compact. Don't you understand that he's a mouthpiece for the Mormon Church, the liberal elements of the Mormon Church? There's no single Mormon church. There's only, like in America, an elite leadership, and then there's the followers of the church, just like in the Catholic Church. And so that's what's going on, and he's their best mouthpiece. That's how his books have sold so well. The average person's not going to buy this Connie Barker's books. Church bought millions of copies. I mean, I wish I had such support, but I don't, because I won't sell out to any religious organization that opposes the values of America. I won't do it. There are many things I can tell you that I'm not telling you. But you have to understand that there's huge money involved in this game.